Okay, so welcome to Surfer's Paradise, everyone. I thought I would make a bit of a video today about the process of street photography on the Gold Coast. Today we're meeting up with a good friend, Benny Anderson, who's online as Demeek Shots. And yeah, we'll basically be doing a bit of a walkthrough of what we do a lot around here, which is capture some interesting characters in some hard light. So I'll be showing a few photos as we go along, and maybe doing a bit of behind the scenes of Benny as well. So should be an interesting day. First thing probably to note about today is that it's actually really good in terms of busyness, because sometimes surfers gets really busy and you get a bit overwhelmed. You can't pick out a subject, and other times it's really obvious when you're trying to pick out a subject because there's not enough people around to blend in. But today's just right. We're in a bit of a Goldilocks zone, so we should see some good stuff today. And we'll ask Benny a bit about what he reckons as well when he arrives. I'm actually going to be meeting him at Macca's, which is just behind me about 30 metres. The other great thing about this spot is it's very touristy, so you don't actually get a lot of people asking what you're doing with the camera unless they're obviously mentally disturbed somehow. There are a few of those people, but at this time of day, not as many as there can be. There's Macca's, so we'll just probably chill around here, camp on some shots and wait for Benny. Another one of the things we'll probably be doing a lot is what Benny likes to call breet, which is street combined with beach, which you obviously get a lot of on the Gold Coast. It offers a lot of opportunities actually, so we tend to go for a wander down here. We'll do that a bit today and see how we get on, but we do really like to get right into the center of things over there, because you just get, you know, more genuine looking street style stuff. Nice day. So much contrast today. The big advantage we have today actually is that there's an air show on over here, which means that this whole section of road here is closed off, so we can wander around in the middle of the street without worrying about being hit by cars, which yeah, it makes street photography in a busy area a very interesting proposition. So glad we're not dealing with that today. We should have some great opportunities with people crossing the road here. Just wait for the right characters basically, get some skyline in, maybe get some interesting eye contact and stuff like that. So I'm sure Benny will be very happy about that when he turns up. He tends to like these guys as well. I don't know why, but he does. Just come back from that crossing over there, and it was just the most fantastic interaction I've had in street photography, I think. Well, one of the most. This old guy, I took a portrait of him, I'll show it now or after this, and it just stopped. I told him I was from Sydney, because whenever I get stopped in the street I just say I'm a tourist. Works most of the time. And we started having a yarn just about just start having a yarn about. See, most people around here are friendly. Hey, anyway, having a yarn about the air show which is coming up and how everything's closed off. And he started chatting to me about what lens I'd bring because I plan to bring a 150 to 600 to go shoot that. It's really not that bad around here. Like, it has a very bad reputation, but it's actually. It can be a family place, it can be a casual place, it can be a slow paced sort of place on some days, even if you come on at the right time of day. So really it's a mix. It's a mix. You get a lot of different things, a lot of different people, and that's what you really look for in the street. So glad I came today. Still no Benny actually, so just gonna have a sit. Maybe I should just get a coffee. That's just not a bad idea. Coffee and street photography. Two of my favorite things.
No.
I wanted to make a video about it, and then couldn't get off.
Well, Benny's spotted something already.
Yeah, it's your coffee.
Oh, right. I thought it was a seagull because at one point Benny had like a subgenre of street going on which was just seagulls. Or he took so many photos of seagulls one day he just made an album of seagulls. But yeah, rolling with the seagulls. Oi! The other thing I forgot to say, air show is coming up.
You know what's funny?
That's why it's like this.
I used to live in a place called Air, so I was thinking the air show.
Ah. Does Air have air shows?
No,
Does it have the air show?
Air shows.
But yeah. Which is funny because North Queensland is where you tend to have a lot of military activity. They do a lot of drills.
In Townsville, in Air, with the country area.
No. Okay, right.
When you're in Townsville, all you hear is like, you'll hear all the F-35s flying over like all day.
Right.
You like walk out of the mall and just, and it scares you because it's like you don't notice it, and then it's just like loud out of nowhere. And you're like, what the
Yeah.
You're like, where is it?
It's next level sound. Yeah, it's going to be really, really noisy down
loud.
here.
I wouldn't want to live here if I was like on night shift or something.
Oh no.
Holy shit! Imagine you wouldn't be able to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, we got a lot of runners today. Actually, I like some runners.
Beautiful day for a run.
Yeah. But yeah, no, perfect level of busyness. Really perfect level of busyness. Like Benny was just saying, it's not too much, not too little. I reckon it's just those kind of conditions where, you know, you can pick your subjects and you can focus in and no one's going to sort of get in the way, but there's also enough that you can blend in just enough to be able to have a bit of cover, you know? So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So many primary colours. So many primaries. Ah. Yeah, we're going to go for a bit of a wander down the street to start. This is pretty much how we start every street session. We just wander down the street, look for hard shadows, some highlights, some nice skin tones, primary colours, and yeah, some old people sitting reading newspapers with coffee, shit like that. Good stuff. And then we'll head into the centre, into the main Surfers Paradise tourist hotspot, and yeah, pretend to be tourists. And as I said before, I'll just keep showing you photos as we go along. Yeah, so Benny is bemoaning the lack of volleyball today because quite often he's a bit fixated with the volleyball. He loves the volleyball. He's a big fan. He watches it during the Olympics. He watches all of the national titles.
That's wrong.
Even the local titles. He's absolute fanatic. But street photography is number 1, volleyball number 2 for Benny, and DJing number 3. Here we go. This is what we're looking for, tour groups. They make your life very easy as a street photographer because they just sort of hang around, don't pay you too much attention. Yeah.
It's always been like missed opportunity.
And here you will see one of the fixtures of Surfers Paradise, an ambulance, which comes to pick up all of the revelers who have revelled too hard. Even apparently in the middle of the day when there should be no revelling, but there still is an ambulance. They might need to pick one of us up if we take a photo of the wrong person at the wrong time. And I don't know the name of this street, I should. It's the main street, but this is like the heart of it. This is the core. You can get some really great shots here at night. So I'm not as familiar with this part of Surfers during the day, but you know, street photography is all about trying some new things, looking for the unexpected, being prepared for something different. And so, yeah, we're just going to go have a look. I'm almost out of battery because I don't usually film while I'm doing street. But I'll switch over batteries pretty soon and probably head all the way down the end of this street, around the other side, which takes us along the tramway, and sort of, yeah, just head back along the same loop. Look for different people turning up throughout the day. But yeah, I'll keep showing some shots as we go along, just sort of around abouts. And if Benny does anything particularly entertaining, including vape, I will film him doing that. Thank you, Benny. There we go. And here we are on the tramway, which is the central hive of scum and villainy in all of the human universe on a Saturday night. But we're here during the middle of the day, so it shouldn't be quite so daunting in terms of confrontations with potential subjects. However, you can still be surprised, so we'll make sure we're still cautious, but we should pop off quite a few shots down here if we've got enough people. And yeah, let Benny take the lead on this one and just see what he's thinking. He seems to have found a Pinocchio in the window. That's fun, isn't it? You see, this is the things. You always find unexpected things in street photography. I've never seen that Pinocchio before. Now I know there's a Pinocchio there. I can incorporate that at some point, perhaps. Unlikely, but we'll see. This is something we love. Little booth on the side of the road next to the tram station. Good little hub of activity. So, see what we can get here. Benny's just going for a little hunt. Okay, we are on to battery number 2, and we've made our way down to the main Cavill Avenue tram station, which is another nice little hub for street photography. Let's get to work and I'll show you some shots. So Benny's determined that we take a bit of a walk down this sort of, I don't know, back street. It's a road that sort of goes around Surfers Paradise, takes you down to Broadbeach, and whenever we drive past in the car, I think he gets a bit excited by a few opportunities he sees, but we've never actually stopped. So here we are, we've stopped, and we're just going to check it out, see if there's some worthwhile stuff. Me and Benny were just walking up here, and we've got this amazing white background, which is something quite common around here, but 3 girls, women, I should say, just jumped out of here in 3 different coloured dresses, like pink, orange or blue, I think, and just walked into that club there, and it was just, oh, it was perfect surfers street scene. So we've circled all the way back round, and we're back on the beach again because there's just shots and shots and shots and shots to be had. So we took a long way round, and yeah, no, we've ended up back here. So we're gonna get some shots along here again, just see if there's any new characters that have turned up, and then we're going to go and get a mid-shoot coffee, or perhaps a finishing shoot coffee. Okay, so had our coffee and we're back on the beach. Just for a last hurrah, really. Get just a little bit more and then head back through the city, and I'll get on the tram, get a few things down there, maybe even, on the tram even. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah. Any photos I haven't shown up until this point, I will show at the end of this, and put a bit of B-roll and have a chat about some of the photos and the experience today. Welcome to me about 4 days later, having finally actually completed editing that. It's just taken me the most ridiculous amount of time. I don't know why. Guess I'm just a bit lazy, but if you've watched up until here, thank you. And a lot of things to work on, I believe. This is my first attempt making a proper length YouTube video, and I think the first thing I'll be doing is cutting down a lot of the photos I'm putting in, cutting down the number of photos I'm putting in, and focusing a bit more on the B-roll, and maybe including a bit more interesting commentary. Possibly mixing up the way in which I'm presenting the photos in terms of the templates, the scrolling, galleries and stuff like that. But yeah, it's good to get this one out of the way and just learn a few things about the direction I want to take it in. It'll probably continue being street with a bit of a mixture of landscape photography, maybe some wildlife photography as well. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll get on to the next one, which I'm shooting today with Benny, which will again be in Surfers, but on a relatively quiet Wednesday afternoon.